Have you ever wondered what rule changes would make your favorite sports even better? Welcome back to Penn State Sports Night. I'm Sophia Koch, joined by Owen, Cameros, and Sophia Miranda. Tonight, we'll dive into a topic that sparks passion among fans, players, and coaches alike: rule changes in sports. From controversial calls to outdated regulations, we'll explore the changes that could reshape the games we love. Our two analysts have compiled a ranking of 3 rule changes they want to see across the sports world. Sophia, what rule did you think deserved your number 3 ranking?
Okay, for my number 3, I'll go on, and it's football, specifically this one, but it also goes across like soccer and other sports. It's excessive celebrations. So for football specifically, you can get a 15-yard penalty for just celebrating or doing a dance that goes a little bit more time. And soccer, for example, if you take off your shirt, you also get a penalty, probably yellow card. And I just feel like, especially in football, I see that there are some penalties that are harming opposing teams or just like harming the game in general, that are just like not something that represents football as it is. I just feel like players should have the will to celebrate and not get a 15-yard penalty for that.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I agree with you. I think, like, celebrations, soccer, football, so excessive celebrations, they're part of the game. I think it goes into taunting. It goes into stuff like that where it's just like, let them play, let them have some fun. I think whenever NFL players are interviewed, it's always, I hate taunting. I hate excessive celebrations. For me, it's going to be sticking in the similar theme of football. I hate automatic first downs. I am so anti-automatic first downs. Let me paint a scene for you. It was this weekend. It's 3rd and 31. The 49ers have the ball playing against the Seahawks. Niners are backed up in their own territory. They're going to give the ball back to the Seahawks. It'll be great. Anyways, like 6 yards down the field, Devin Witherspoon gets called for a holding penalty. 6 yards down the field. That's not going to matter. That's not going to turn a 3rd and 31 into a first down, because defensive holding is a 5-yard penalty and an automatic first down. Suddenly, I have to watch my defense, the Seattle Seahawks defense, on the field for even longer. I hate it. Holding penalties and other types of like defensive penalties that warrant an automatic first downs suck. The rules are already so incredibly in favor of offenses in the NFL. We don't need to be giving them any more of an edge versus defenses. I think alternatively, what the better thing should be is that it's a 10-yard penalty. Just in the way offensive holding is a 10-yard penalty, defensive holding, 10-yard penalty. On 1st and 10, first down. 3rd and 31, it's 3rd and 21, and you still have to get 21 more yards, and it doesn't create an automatic first down because it's the most frustrating thing to watch good defense be ruined by referees.
I mean, everyone talks about the stuff you just said, but we could say football's pulling their own PR stunt to get people to talk about it. So
yeah, I guess you could make that argument.
It gets people talking. But what did you guys put as your number 2 ranking?
Okay, for my number 2, I was just discussing with Owen, but we kind of disagree on that. But mine will be time clock in soccer. I do believe additional times have been kind of controversial, especially through the World Cup. We see the Qatar World Cup, but also in the Olympics. There were many games around that were 14 minutes of added time, 9 minutes of added time. And I mean, I do understand why they're added, but we could potentially fix that issue and not being as biased or subjective on like the refs' choice on like what time to choose to like add the time. And I truly believe that if we do a time clock as we do in college soccer, which I was a hater for that, and I was a super hater for soccer, and I'm Brazilian, so it's kind of controversial. But I was a hater of soccer because I didn't like to have that run time and then added time that could potentially hurt my team. I wanted to see a time like hockey or basketball that this is what's going to happen. We're going to have 90 minutes run down, and that's it for me. But yeah, and also with that time, obviously we have injuries as well. That's why most of the added time is obviously like substitution as well. I would also say the 3 substitutions could be changed a little bit, especially on injuries. I don't think injuries should be counted as a substitution because you cannot have a player injured in the field. But yeah, what do you think about it, Owen?
Yeah, I mean, I personally actually like added time, mostly because like I think in college soccer, there's this, okay, I think there's a good middle ground, because the thing in college soccer is the moment the clock hits 0, it's done, which is great and bad at the same time. On the one hand, clock stops, no added time, you don't have to worry about people faking injuries because the clock will be stopped at that point. On the other hand, if you're on the attack and the clock hits 0 and that ball isn't in the goal, it doesn't count as a goal, which is really, really, really frustrating because it's like if you're on a good attack and you score a good goal, but it's 2 seconds after the clock hits 0, it doesn't count. That's a dumb rule, in my opinion.
I would say, like, in relation to attacking, I also see at the same time, because I've seen games that refs, we have a corner kick, for example, and the team attacking has the corner kick. And if the clock's, I don't know, at a time finishes, he could potentially just finish the game while attacking. And that's a choice for the ref. So I also feel like I've seen games that this happen, or obviously the matter of time would be waiting for the ball to go to the defensive side. But I've seen times that it didn't happen. So even though we do have like college soccer, like goal shouldn't count, like wouldn't count. If we hit 0, we also have the ref could potentially just blow the whistle and finish the game.
Refs are a bit more, I agree with that. The refs are a bit more, they want drama. They're on the more dramatic side. They want to see some late winners. They want to see late drama, late action. Going on to my number 2, and here's my opinion on this. Replays need to be changed across all sports. Replays suck. Here's the thing about replays, and my opinion. Objective calls make sense. If you want to replay if somebody's foot was out of bounds, if it was inbounds, stuff like that, I understand you need replays, you need to get it right. Subjective calls are the most frustrating thing in the world. If you watch a game of soccer, a game of baseball, something where there's a subjective call, I'm going to focus more on soccer. Here's my rule. Replay should not take more than 2 minutes. If it takes more than 2 minutes to figure out whether something is disallowed or allowed or something like that, the call in the field stands. Because nobody wants to watch a game, any sport, and then have to sit and watch 5 minutes of a replay just for it to be a controversial call. If it takes longer than 2 minutes, if it's not clear and obvious, that's my rule, clear and obvious. If there's not a glaring mistake, doesn't need to be a replay, doesn't need to take longer than 2 minutes, and it shouldn't be a thing of getting every call right. It should be a thing of getting the glaring mistakes correct.
Exactly. And in VAR, for example, ours is talking about soccer, we have already people reviewing the play as it is. So we don't need the ref to like go to the thing, watch the TV for like 5 minutes, the same play over and over again to decide. We have a group of people, like 4 people already reviewing the goal. So you have that side in your ear. You don't have to like reveal it 5 minutes in the field to really know the play.
There's 4 monitors right there. I don't think you need the referee to go to the monitor himself. You don't need 5 monitors to make one call.
I mean, maybe you guys should be our new soccer refs. I think I saw an email about that for our club team.
I used to ref.
Well, maybe you guys should fill it out. I'll recommend you guys for the position.
Please do.
So anyway, moving on to your first place ranking. So what did you guys put there?
Okay, mine will also be a little bit of a referee. Mine is goal interference in hockey. What is it? Like, do you know what it is? I
have no idea.
Like, no one knows what it is because there has been like so much controversial around it. Just because no one knows exactly what it is. There's no exact proof. There's no, okay, this is what makes a goal interference. For example, we had the Rangers having 2 goals called off like early October, I believe, against the Utah hockey team. And it was just controversial. Like, no one knows what exactly it is and what to call. It's basically a subjective and just a referee's kind of way to know, because it could potentially be something that was the Hurricanes the year before last year against the Panthers in the finals. In my opinion, was goal interference, but it wasn't called, and the Panthers won the series.
It's subjective, and nobody knows how to call it.
Exactly. So for me, it should be changed, or at least we know goal interference exists. That's a fact. But there should be more objectivity and just more about the rule written down on the NHL rule book for me.
Yeah, that's definitely like a big thing with human error. Like, how do we know?
Exactly.
But Owen, what did you think?
All right. This is a personal rule. This is the reason that I'm here. This is the reason I want to talk today. It's about golf. It's about my favorite and least favorite sport at the same time. 4 feet and under is a gimme. Do not make me putt 4 feet and under. I know. Amanda Vogt behind the camera is shocked at me. She does not like this rule. Amanda, here's the putter I'm using. I lost my putter. You understand? I don't know. It's somewhere on the white course. I'm not exactly sure where it is. Please find it. Nobody wants to watch me putt that. Nobody wants to watch me putt and miss that. Okay? I 3-putt those. That is a 3-putt for me on a good day. Don't make me putt that. Let me get the gimme. Let's move on. Let's keep pace of play. don't make me have to embarrass myself. I don't want to embarrass myself missing that twice. You can see the putter. That says Schnedt. That is Titleist before Titleist existed. I think this is from the 70s. This was my grandfather's. Don't make me use this any more than I want to, because I really hate using this putter and I hate missing 4-foot gimmies.
I mean, I know nothing about golf, but you seem very passionate about what you just said. Maybe you should do the golf management major here at Penn State. It's definitely an option.
I don't think I'm good enough. I think you have to shoot a certain score, and I'm not shooting that score.
Oh, wait, you actually have to golf?
Yeah, you have to be good at golf to do the golf management.
Oh, I mean, like, you never know. Maybe a minor.
Keep me off the course as much as possible for everybody's good.
Well, that's all we have, and that wraps up our discussion on rule changes that could possibly transform the world of sports. Whether it's fairness, safety, or keeping the game exciting, these ideas spark a conversation in sports. For Owen Cameros and Sophia Miranda, I'm Sophia Koch. Have a great night.
Hey everybody, thanks for tuning into this edition of Penn State Sports Night.
For more content like this and so much more, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and X. For everyone here at Penn State Sports Night,
We are
Penn State Sports Night.